Hello and welcome to Smaulgld Indian Silver Import Update for the month of April 2017. Indian silver imports rebound sharply. Indian silver imports rose 47% in April. They were up to 606 tons from 412 tons last April. Indian silver imports were also up 55% from the 361 tons imported in March. So Indian silver imports in April were the highest in over a year. Indian silver demand had been increasing exponentially for the past few years, and silver, while it's not necessarily on the same level as gold is, and not revered to the same extent that gold is in India, it is an important metal in India. Also, India has been undergoing some solar power building new solar power plants, and has required a lot of silver. However, last year, silver imports fell, and they were also down significantly in the first 3 months of this year. We're going to take a look at some charts and see what's been going on. And here's the year over year, and you can see this doesn't tell you much, that the silver imports in April were higher than the prior 12 months, but 606 tons is a respectable amount, but it's not close to where silver demand had been the past few years. When I say silver demand, the reason I say that is that India does not have any significant silver mines to cover their domestic demand, so they have to import it, just like their gold. Gold are even more deficient in mining. They have basically no operating mines of gold in India. They do have some Indian silver mining production, but you can see it's finally returned to a healthy amount, 606 tons in April. Now, compare that, however, to the monthly totals that I've assembled here since August 2004, and that's more of a pedestrian number. If you go back to the very beginning of 2016, that was routine. You take a line across, 600 a month was about what they did in 2014. For most of 2015, every month was at least 600 tons, and there were 3 months where they had over 1,000 tons. By the way, if you're interested in buying a Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, you can do so through Coinbase. If you click on this link here, I'm not advising you do this. You have to do a lot of research, and even then, there's no guarantees that you won't lose all your money. But if you're going to take the dip into cryptocurrencies, you could do so via Coinbase. They'll give you $10 worth of free Bitcoin if you click on this link, and they'll give me $10 worth of free Bitcoin, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, you can also donate to Smaulgld via PayPal or through Bitcoin through the links below this YouTube, or I'd appreciate if you could become a patron via Patreon. The link for that is also below this YouTube. Now, let's look at some, while I'm at it, you can also buy your gold and silver through Smaulgld links. There are affiliate links at SD Bullion, BJSC.com, Golden Eagle Coins, and Money Metals Exchange. And if you do buy through Smaulgld, you pay no more, no less than if you visited those sites directly. It's not investment advice, but you can compare pricing and shipping by clicking on the links, and I will get a small commission. So that's another way of helping out the site if you're interested in purchasing precious metals. Now let's look at these charts. I always say go to the website, go to smaulgld.com. You can see the website, you can see the website better, but you can see the charts particularly better. Here is what's happened since 1999 in the silver import market in India. You could see, the last 2 years, not too much. Now this 2017 only includes through April, but it does reflect, if we go back up here, the first 3 months are pretty lame. You see, especially February, March. So we are probably going to pass last year, but 2015 was a massive amount of silver that was imported, over 8,500 tons. That was, if you go down here, that was 273 million ounces. I put that into perspective by showing what that is compared to the record American Silver Eagle sales year, which was 47 million. And through 86 to 30-year history of American Silver Eagles, they sold 573 million. So that 1 year, 2015, India imported vast amounts of silver, and indeed, it's about, well, if you take out the 100 million or a little less that China produces, it was about a third of the overall global silver mining production that's available for purchase, because obviously China is not shipping its silver out. It needs it also for its domestic use, its investment use, its solar panel production, and so on. So 273 million ounces of silver in 2015 is a tremendous amount. Even so, if you go back to less than half of that, 60% less, that's still a large amount. You're still talking over 100 million ounces in a given year, and that would take you to basically the amount of the second largest mining country, Peru. You'd have to send all the silver in Peru to India to cover last year's 2016's demand. And if you wanted to cover 2015 demand, you had to take Mexico's and Peru's silver mining production and ship it out. So that just basically leaves you. Then China's third. So all these smaller countries had to supply the rest of the world. Anyway, that's where we are with India. India seems to be back on track, at least provisionally now, on getting silver back into the country after a pretty long dearth of imports. That's about a year's worth of very low imports. Look at the chart again here. Look at that, all under 400 tons mostly. Before that, they were mostly averaging 800 tons. So silver imports have been cut in half for the past year or so. It looks like preliminarily that May, I don't have the exact numbers, was also good. By the way, I get these numbers from Nick Laird, who pulls them directly from the Indian website, does the calculation. Those are the final official numbers for the month. During the following month, they have provisional numbers. I wait until I get the official number, and then I put them in the charts for you. Thank you very much for listening.